Good morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse getting started right at 9 a.m. Ooh, wow. Timed that one perfectly. Never happens. Right on the dot as usual. If you're new to the channel, awesome. Welcome. And if you're returning, even better. Good to see you back. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, right? Got a lot to do today. We have a lot to do today. 84,650 Bitcoin. As of right now, it reached 81,400 ish last night. My time, but 81,400 ish, and then of course, on the 5-minute chart, started reversing back around, stuff like that. But wow, what a drop in just I posted this chart back in October 8th. Since then, 34% drop in 44 days. So we talked about it over and over and over again on every single live stream that 108,200-ish was the main support based off of the weekly chart. And then we saw the weekly candle close below it. And I said that was significant. That was the significant support that was lost, right? Many people faded that. Many people still thought we're going to make new all-time highs. And I was saying it's at least a local top. The previous two local tops were both 32% corrections. So it's at least a local top. But now the higher time frames have flipped bearish. Like we've been talking about every live stream for 5 weeks now, since I started live streaming again. And those higher time frames are different than when there was just a local top for 32% correction. So now that those are flipping bearish, right? The monthly still have 9 calendar days remaining for the monthly, but the damage has already been done, right? The damage has been done. The higher time frames have lost the 108, 250 important support. Then over here, I had tiny support listed on previous live streams, and we didn't spend too much time around there, and prices dropped. And then once closing below the tiny support, there's really not much to hold up price, right? So for those range traders out there, this would be the bottom of the range at $76,000, and so on and so on. So just a quick chart over here. This is just showing that anyone who bought, now prices bounced $1,700 since I went over here, but since November 9th, if you had bought Bitcoin since November 9th, 2024, your position is underwater, right? And then if you factor in time value, the time value of holding an asset for a year that has not gone up and you didn't realize gains, time value is, the cost of inflation against your holdings. So, it's not a winning strategy if you're not going to realize gains. Like if you're buying tops and holding them, it's not a winning strategy, right? Maybe if you hold it for 10 years, maybe. But was there better opportunities during that span? Probably. So unfortunately, based off of XYZ politics, policies, money printing, all that stuff, because of all that, and I'm never gonna get into any of that because it's out of my control. And if it's out of my control, I don't care. There's nothing I can do about it, right? So I don't wanna spend time thinking about it or talking about it, but because of monetary policies or in politics and all that stuff, um, we have to outpace inflation. Because of XYZ, we have to outpace inflation. Otherwise, if you're just saving in dollars, right? And there's no guarantee. Like if you save in Bitcoin, yeah, it'll probably be better than saving in dollars. Probably. But it seems like over the years, the as it's become paper Bitcoin, right? It's not just spot Bitcoin. If it was spot Bitcoin, my whole thought process would be completely different. What's up, Lawrence? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Uh, would be different. Like if it was still just spot Bitcoin only, I would probably be a Bitcoin maxi. I know I would. I would be a Bitcoin maxi. If gold didn't have any paper gold and you could only buy physical gold, I would be a gold maxi. All the ideas around that, I agree with. But then they introduced paper. They created paper Bitcoin. It's not like, you know, everyone talks about Satoshi, but when Bitcoin was created, there was no paper Bitcoin created with it. There was no leverage on top of it. There was no derivatives of Bitcoin and then derivatives of derivatives. And then there's Bitcoin ETF derivative and then options on top of that. It's like there's so much paper Bitcoin created now that, you know, is it still what it was when it was first originally built? I don't think so. There's Bitcoin futures. There's Bitcoin futures with options. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's derivatives of derivatives of derivatives, which equal Bitcoin is Bitcoin paper now, right? So if you stripped away all that, what would be the price of Bitcoin? If it was spot only, maybe it would be a lot lower. But maybe it would be like a overall better savings account long term, right? Now, with all that said, you're talking to a swing trader, right? And it's great for swing trading, right? It's great for swing trading. So I'm just talking about, if you bought and you're just going to hold, there's better times to buy, in my opinion. And obviously, this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, and hopefully find a little bit of entertainment along the way, whether that's making fun of me or not. It's fine. I got thick skin. I can take it. So, anyways, it's amazing for swing trading. Can be amazing for swing trading. Uh, it's much easier to swing trade Bitcoin than say options that's even more manipulated. Yeah, I know the paper Bitcoin's been created. They can be manipulated, right? Anytime there's paper Bitcoin, paper gold, paper anything, stocks on leverage, blah, 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 it can be manipulated, right? It can be. Like there's indefinite amount. There's seems like there's remember, I'm still getting over my sickness, but I'm feeling better today. But I'm still not 100%. I'm probably like 80%. But we pushed through it all week, and we're going to continue to keep going. So paper Bitcoin, oof, target 3, target 4, just smashed. But it's great for swing trading. Is all I'm going to say. So with that, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. We're gonna just keep going though. Do I have any? Oh. I don't even have any cough drops. Wow, I'm really feeling it today. I got my water though. That's all. That's all that matters. So, yep, just want to show that to you as an idea that, hey, in reality, right? It's a tough reality. Oh, that's we'll circle back and we'll tie it all up. But great for swing trading. But if you bought November 9th, 2024, not 2024, 2024 or later, your position didn't make you any money if you didn't realize gains. If you're not realizing gains, you're holding a position that's underwater now. It's been 12 months, more than 12 months. It's been 53 weeks. So, and then if you factor in time value and against the inflation, then it's not a good buy in the last 12 months. It's not a good buy and hold the last 12 months. In my opinion, buying down here is a much better time to buy. Buying down here is a much better time to buy. Waiting for a higher probability of a reversal based off of bullish divergence and a breakout of a wedge pattern, and knowing that eventually price is going to go back up, right, and hit targets to the upside. This was the best time to buy, in my opinion. No, I didn't try to catch the bottom wick at 15,600 or whatever it is. I waited for a higher probability reversal of 16,800, right? So very close to the bottom, but waited patiently, waited patiently, waited patiently. I was attacking Ethereum on the way down. I was attacking Ethereum on the way down, and then I waited patiently, right? Waited patiently, and then took my shot. So that is a better time to buy. Once it goes deviations above the 200-week moving average, eventually it's going to come back down. And then when it does, that's the better time to buy. That's when it's on clearance, right? And the unpopular opinion of mine is that the true value of Bitcoin has been the 200-week moving average. So if you bought around the 200-week moving average only, right, it's not a bad strategy in the past. But the past doesn't equal the future. But if you look at it from here, like if you bought 2018 only at the 200-week moving average, that would be a great savings account, right? If you bought only from here, June 2022, and you only bought when price was at the 200-week moving average, like 25% within a year and a half, right? And if you only bought from there to here, 147% in 3 years. So divide that by 3, that's 50% return, right? But if you're buying anywhere above it, right? If you bought up here at 65,000, a lot of people did. When you could have bought down here, then you look at by time to even break even, not counting the time value. Talking about 2.5 years later, you lost money. You lost money due to inflation. You're 2.5 years later, your investment's at 0% minus inflation. And if you didn't sell again, now you're looking at 4 years later, 43% minus inflation. So that's 10% per year, right? And that's probably more reality of people is you buy the top of 2021. Maybe you're buying the top of 2025, getting excited for $1 million Bitcoin. maybe one day, but this is a slow moving 200-week moving average, which is at 55,000, right? So maybe in the 2030s it's up at 90,000, maybe not. Maybe it starts declining, right? Maybe there's never a guarantee. But 4 years later, a 10% per year return if you bought the 2020. So buying matters, right? Buying matters. When you buy matters versus like instead of buying there, if you bought here and you haven't sold, you're up 284%, not 43%, right? And you'd still be up 150%. So buying the right dip would have a much better return. If you're like, hey, I'm not ever going to sell Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin more than anything in this world. I'm never going to sell it. Okay, don't. But at least buy the right dip, right? At least buy the right dip. At least buy. Oh, how do you know it's the right dip? Anytime it's gone deviations above, this is like the most simplest form. Anytime it's gone deviations above the 200-week moving average, it comes back to retest the 200-week moving average. So anyways, sell into FOMO, buy into the fear. This is very fearful down here. Very fearful. Everyone and their brother wanted to start shorting Bitcoin. Like I saw short Bitcoin grow from June 2022 all the way over here. And I become less confident to short Bitcoin. Less confident. Okay, I'm buying, right? Once price is down here, I'll be much less confident to short Bitcoin. So anyways, let's get back on the candles. Let's get back to it. This is what the daily chart. What happened to my whole background? Everything's gone. Changed to baseline. Huh. All my visual settings disappeared. Doesn't matter. What else? Let's see. HODL. Filling gaps. Filled another gap. And another one. Filled another gap over there. So before HODL is Bitcoin ETF, so it's all part of it. Before we get too deep, let's circle back. Lawrence, what up? Welcome back, Lawrence. Did you trust on you can FICOs? Hello, welcome back. We can look at it. Good morning. Welcome. So yeah, before we get going though, we don't have any paid affiliate ads. We don't have any paid affiliate referral links to XYZ exchange that would pay me 50% of all the fees collected so that I encourage you to gamble. And then when you gamble, I get 50% of the fees. I don't have any of that. I've turned down all those offers over the years. 50% is the highest I've seen. Maybe people negotiate higher, but how do I know it's not the next FTX? I don't know that. So I don't promote anything. I've never taken $1 in affiliate money, and it's a classic influencer. And if that's your business, being an influencer, cool. But don't try to pretend you're something that you're not. There's some influencers who just embrace it and be like, yeah, I'm an influencer. I make more money than you do off of it. I'm like, then cool, that's your business. But for me, I don't take any affiliate money. Could I make a lot more money? Sure. But you only got one name, one reputation in life, and that's it. So I don't have any affiliate links. I have a couple affiliate links to like save money, but I don't make $1 off of it. like the third party we use for trading bot, to link up with the trading bot, it's 20% off, but I don't make $1 off of it. So I don't push it. You can find your own third party as well. So, and I use TradingView, right? But yeah. So we don't have any of that. So, but if you go over to, but we are going to promote ourselves, right? Sharpshooter RSI 3.2, trading bot, the sharpshooter candle strategy 4.21, and Alex and I are going to start getting into more of the, like we've done with premium trading bots behind the scenes that we've never talked about or shared publicly. We're going to take, we've started to take deeper dives on these two trading bots and show back testing results that are profitable and would be more profitable than what it costs for $49 a month plus TradingView plus a third party for a total of like $100 a month. I mean, it should make more than that, right? Preliminary results would be much higher. So we're just going to leave it at that. But we're taking a deeper dive, and then we look forward to like sharing those results publicly, showing you the settings that we're using, and then putting those trading bots on a account, paper account, live account, the whole gambit, and then and documenting it all and showing it, right? So that's what's coming down the pipeline. That's what we're doing. We've gone full automation. It's been a work in progress for 3.5 years. Then I'm also planning to still release the other. I probably have at least 30 trading bots, right? So I'll be releasing more trading bots in the future, but all in good time. Don't want to rush them. And like I said, I've been sick all week, so it's been more of a challenge. And we get the holidays, stuff like that, with family and all that stuff. So there's only so much time in the day, but excited about those. Excited about the next step. First step was rolling them out. Second step is showing you the results that we find. Hopefully you find some better results than we do, and then you share with the group. And then after that, showing you the live results, releasing new ones, and then of course, not only the training bots, adding more, the dashboard, everything, right? So you get the dashboard, you get everything. So not only the trading bots, but the dashboard, the Discord, blah blah blah. So all that included. I haven't even updated the pricing part where it shows that the dashboard's included, but you get the dashboard. So with that, let's get back to it. $85,000 Bitcoin. We're so back. We are so back. Here come the bottom callers all the way, right? So HODL continued to fill gaps over here, had the head and shoulders. If we're filling gaps down here, then Bitcoin price, like if you're filling the gap at $20 on HODL ETF, and expect bounces along the way, then we mentioned that price is probably around $67,000 to $70,000, right? So this was a big move down. So probably going to see a bounce at some point. Got to, let the trending dots catch up, let the moving averages catch up, all of that, right? So today or tomorrow, who knows? Today, definitely not tomorrow when the market's closed for HODL, but so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Are they going to really just smash everything down heading into a holiday where everyone's trying to be thankful, but their portfolio is down XYZ? I don't know. I don't know if they even care. Bitcoin futures. Ooh, smash that small tiny gap over here. It was a small tiny gap, but we are aware of all the ETF gaps down over here. ETF gaps, like I said, would bring Bitcoin down to like 70,000. That 65 to $70,000 range. So, what else? Weekly chart. Smash 2 longer term targets. Crazy. Crazy. So maybe not today, tomorrow, maybe not this week, maybe not next week during Thanksgiving, right? Maybe back into December, maybe back into mid-December. Uh, you know, we see price down at 74,000. Who knows, right? You bounce around for a week or two during the Thanksgiving holiday, come down, either spike like wick through target 3, like you did with target 2, and then maybe we get a rally, maybe the Santa Claus rally, the second week of December, Santa Claus rally into 2026, and then deja vu. Here we are, 2026, coming back down and retesting target 4 and the 200-week moving average at $58,000. So it's possible. It's possible. You always have to think about what time frame are you looking at? Are you talking about in the next 10 minutes? Are we talking about today, tomorrow, next week, the week after? This is a weekly chart, and this weekly chart suggests that yes, we will be going lower, but expecting bounces along the way on shorter time frames, lower time frames, also expect that. What happened in my background? Uh, symbol. Come back to it. It doesn't matter. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. The weekly chart continues to play out. This weekly chart wasn't put out yesterday. This weekly chart was put out on October 10th. So on October 10th, price is still above. It was probably like $115,000, right? There wasn't even a sell signal yet. And then there was a sell signal on the next week after posting this chart. Then there was a buy signal, but it was back up in the trading dots. And while we were on the live stream, we were talking about, do we trust it? No, because it's rolling over. You get the bearish divergence, blah, blah, blah. Then it broke down, additional candle close below the trading dots, and then another sell signal, and then follow through, right? So follow through to the downside. This was the thesis. This chart was the thesis on October 10th. So 40 something days later, we haven't gone to make a new all-time high. Instead, what all the charts are saying for Bitcoin is that we're longer term. This bottom is not in longer term, right? Longer term, the bottom is not in. Do I expect this fractal to play out exactly? No, and it hasn't, right? Like this fractal broke down 2 weeks before, and then it caught up to it, and then surpassed it, right? So timing wise, however it plays out over the coming weeks, I don't expect the fractal to play out exactly. Could there be a lot of similarities? Yeah, it looks very similar, but I don't expect it to play out exactly. So it's just kind of an idea to add on, and sometimes it will look eerily similar. So, but we'll continue to watch it in real time. In the near future, we may start seeing the head and shoulder calls, right? Who knows where those are at, right? Let's just leave it for right there. If that's like a head and shoulders one day, right? You got the shoulder, you got the mini shoulder, and that would be that would line up with a lot of the things we're talking about, right? That brings you to target 4. That brings you down past target 4. That brings you down pretty much in line with the fractal, all that stuff, right? It'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Bookmark this. Possible future head and shoulders. We're so early, but we even talked about this before the recent, big drop. We talked about a possible future head and shoulders pattern because we watched it unfold in 2022. In 2022, we watched this same pattern play out in real time. So depends on the time frame, Denny, but longer term, this is looking like, a similar setup to 2022, right? If we come down, hit target 3, and we come down, hit target 4, and we retest the 200-week moving average, and we spike below it, the head and shoulders plays out down to 50,000, right? Maybe 46,000 bounces. Because even on HODL, price went below the recent head and shoulders pattern on the daily chart, and same with Bitcoin, right? So it could always go lower. So this is just another reason why of confluence of that it could go lower, right? If you draw it from, I always do the body of the candle to be more conservative, but if you did like wick to wick, right, then that kind of lines up more. But I just always try to be more conservative on these crazy chart ideas. So it's a possibility, right? We're already at target 2. So the thesis was put out back here on October 10th. Not one target had been hit yet. Not one target. Not one longer term target was hit yet. There's only shorter term targets that had been hit, right? Then all 4 shorter term targets were hit, and now 2 longer term targets have been hit. So we're going to expect bounces, but maybe we don't get the relief rally that the bulls really want until price really traps them at 70, like that $74,000 to $76,000 Bitcoin. And this is pure speculation. We don't know. Then you get that relief rally for 45 to 60 days. Trap some more bulls. Told you the bear market wasn't here. Blah, blah, blah. You're literally going to see it all the way down. That would be deja vu of 2022. Literally see the perma bulls. Some have evolved. Some have acknowledged it's the bear market, but the majority of them are still saying the same thing as they said in 2022. The same accounts, the same people, same influencers, right? Some have evolved, most have not. I remember. I remember. I remember. I remember. And some might just be scammers, and some people just want the clicks. Bullish posts outperform bearish posts. I don't care what anyone says. I've proven that. I've proven that all of 2022. I saw accounts much smaller than mine talking about going to make a new all-time high while my targets were getting hit, and they got so much more engagement. I proved that in 2022, and it remains true today. So yeah, I could have 150,000 followers probably, but I'm always going to show you what I see in the charts. Not I'm not doing it for, I'm not going to show you something on the chart that I don't see at the time. And of course my viewpoints can change just to get, you know, thousands of new followers, right? So, but we did hit 70,000 followers, so thank you for all of your support. Appreciate it. 70,000 is a big mark, right? It's a big mark. So it's not to be taken lightly. I appreciate everyone's support, and we'll continue to sniper the markets together. That's Bitcoin weekly chart. The market cap has lost $900 billion market cap erased in 40 something days. So it's possible. Maybe not all of them, but I'm hoping for. So we've been watching Bitcoin dominance for a long time. So we'll continue to watch. I've posted all the weekly sell signals, all that stuff, months and years. I called all the targets up to like 65% when Bitcoin dominance was at its lowest. So we've been following Bitcoin dominance for a long time. It would be great. It would be great. But we don't know. But it'd be great. But we don't know. But it would be great. Weekly chart. You've got the 2-week chart. Right? Pending sell signal on the 2-week chart. We've talked about this, and below the trailing dots. And below the trailing dots, right? This sell signal was above the trailing dots. Sell signal below the trailing dots. Sell signal below the trailing dots, right? So we'll see what happens. We will see. We'll see how it plays out. 3-week chart. Yesterday had a pending sell signal on the 3-week chart. Sell signals, but above the trailing dots. The trailing dots were in an upward trend. Sell signal came back tested the trailing dots, right? Another sell signal came back and retested 200-week moving average, right? So the higher time frames are flipping bearish, flipping below, flipping sell signals, right? RSI sell signals, MACD bearish crossovers, below the trailing dots on the monthly chart, below the trailing dot on the monthly chart, bearish divergence, pending RSI monthly sell signal, pending MACD bearish crossover. You get the point, right? You get the point. Oh, there goes my channel. my channel got I drew this channel and then they now I have to redraw it. It's gone. Wow. When I posted this channel, I said, "Why does it look off now?" Oh, log. Duh. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, it doesn't look as bad now. I was like, "What the heck?" I was like, "Dang, that channel looks terrible." Sosa. Sosa. It's a good movie. It's classic. It's classic. Yeah, I drew this channel, right? And I said the point of drawing the channel was it's in a downward trend until proven otherwise. And then after I draw the channels, Bitcoin's like, okay, you think you're good at drawing channels? Watch this. Hold my beer. And then Bitcoin drops it and closes below my channel. And then drops it below the channel. 80,000. What on Binance it hit 80,000? Holy moly guacamole. I thought 81,400. 80,000 hit that last night because I was like, what the heck? I saw 81,400, but I didn't see the Binance 80,006. This is why you have multiple exchanges, multiple futures charts, all that stuff. The market cap. So the point of this was it's in a downward trend until proven otherwise. What happened here? Right? And then it just drops below it. The market giveth, the market taketh. Oh, brutal. Brutal for the indefinite holders and the buy the dippers all the way down. Dude, I bought the dip. Dude, I bought the dip. Do I sound like a crypto bro? Bro, I bought the dip. Bro, I bought the dip. Bro, I bought the dip. Look at me. I'm so committed. I'm awesome. Bro, I bought the dip again. The bottom is in. I bought the dip. God, I'm so cool. I bought the dip. Literally all the way down. And then once it's like 50% down, we've already seen this play out so many times. Once that happens, just DCA, bro. Zoom out. Just DCA, bro. It's the same thing over and over. Buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy. Dude, just DCA, bro. Come on, bro. Just DCA. We already talked about like there's so much better strategies that are so simplified, so easy. You don't have to be a crazy white coffeean or Elliott waiver, blah blah blah. If you're just an investor and it's like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna, you could just you probably just do like the weekly chart or a higher time frame. Turn on the sharpshooter candle strategy 4.21. Turn off any uh shorts, right? And so like in a bull run, you could turn it on and be like, okay, buy the dip based off of this time frame, and then sell based off of this time frame, and then buy the dip off of this time frame, right? Probably just that, right? I haven't even looked at this, but let's turn it on. Let's turn it on for fun, right? And then let's go like say you're an investor and you come over here and you change the settings to I don't have any of these on. Let's see. That's good. Good, 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 good. Trade direction. long only. So you're only going to take long positions. Uh, you'll have to update. But for example, instead of buying the dip all the way down, this would have taken a long entry April 20th on the weekly chart. And there's a million combinations. This is just, we're going to keep this short for purposes of the live stream. I don't know. That probably outperform most, right? That would probably outperform most. Most influencers out there, that would probably outperform them. If you took $10,000 and you just change those settings very, you just put those very, 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 very basic settings on, and that $10,000 at 360%, so you would have made $36,000 plus the 10,000 you originally had. Do you think people would have leveled up from 10,000 to $46,000? Right? Do you think that would have outperformed most influencers out there? Put yes or no in the comments. Like, do you think that super simple, basic trading bot strategy of buy only, don't short it, buy only, and then, but the sell still, you can see the exit sell still works, right? Now, you could get creative and you could do show trading dots. Let's see. Use dots filter, use noise filter. Let's do the use dots for flip, exit. But you could do the reverse candles, all that stuff, right? Then you get see exit sell. Wait, what was that? You get more trades at that point, right? Boom, boom. That would have been a small loss. So there's still more settings to do, but just as an example, right? Or you could have done take profit. Let's put on the take profit percentage. You can see the take profit. There's a little green line that will show up. Take profit, right? I don't know if you had $10,000 as an example, and it increased 131%. So you would have made $13,000. So your account is now $23,000. Would have that outperformed most? Maybe. A lot of people lost money. So probably, right? Probably put the stop loss over here, 2-to-1 ratio. If you were to come over here and do the 250%. Oh, I'm feeling crazy, right? I'm feeling crazy. 250%. We're talking about Bitcoin on a weekly chart, right? In the bull market. In the bull market. Well, it would automatically take profit. Would you feel FOMO? Yes, you would definitely feel FOMO. 250%, right? It's going to automatically take the profit for you. So you set it and then you do your own thing, right? Would that outperform most back in 2020, 2021? For sure. A lot of newbies buying up here, selling down here. They took 40, 50% losses, not 250% gains, right? Oh, Jesse, no, I think it's going to go 500%. I think it's going to the moon, but if I just took $10,000, if I could just make 500%, right? Cool. Would you still feel some FOMO up here? Definitely. Would that outperform the sell signal over here? Yes. So long entry in the bull run only, automatically take profit, right? 500%. Boom, right? Took a long here, exit there. This would have been profitable. 23%, right? So you get the point. You have to play at the settings. I don't know why it's not showing over here, but you'd have to play at the settings. Probably how much money you put in on up here. Let's see, properties. Maybe their quantity, margin for long positions, right? So the point is you don't have to use it for day trading. And another reason why we're keeping the original price lower, $49, is if you're waiting for the trading bot to play out and make, 500% on 10,000, which is 50,000 plus the 10,000 originally, that's $60,000. Well, it's $100 a month for the trading bot to work, right? That's 42 weeks times 100. That's $4,000 cost, and the trading bot would be this. This is such a simplified strategy. I'm just letting you know, like in real time, how you could do the settings to make it more profitable than just buy all the way down. So that was my point. Instead of buying the dip all the way down, right? Instead of buying the dip all the way down, right? You could just go to cash, right? You could just go to cash, and even Coinbase like pays almost 5% on your cash, or you know, there's plenty of vehicles to make 5% on your cash, which you wouldn't want to do long term. But if you're waiting for the next bull run, instead of buying all the way down, you could buy low and sell in to FOMO, right? Buy low, sell into FOMO, right? So, what else? Yeah, I mean, the trending dots and the moving averages are coming into the center line. So, it hit the bottom. First it's got to get back up into the channel. Then maybe it retests it, right? I don't know. Top of the channel. Even if it tests the top of the channel, it's still in a downtrend until proven otherwise. It's got to be, they have to break out. But yeah, it's always expect bounces. But right now, there's no signs of a reversal on the daily chart. By the end of the day, it could finish lower, right? Like if you boom, boom, like for visual purposes, that's the downtrend on the daily chart. It's in oversold territory, and that's sometimes when the magic happens. But this is the flow downward. There was a bounce, and then there was a flow downward. It's flowing down into bearish territory. Daily chart, weekly chart, right? All that. So 2-week chart, 3-week chart, monthly chart, right? So sometimes when the magic happens and it's not even, there's no like bullish divergence or anything. So it could hit lows here, bounce back up, put in a higher low, and price would be lower, right? So No, it's not free, Denny. Nope. So, uh, we we built the indicator itself, we built off of, my idea of the strategy, and then turned that indicator into something a little bit more, uh, as a trading bot, 100% fully automated trading bot. So they're called, you got Sharpshooter RSI 2.0 is the indicator, Sharpshooter Candles 3.1 is the indicator, Sharpshooter Candles 4.21. It's all of these, right? Yeah, they're private, like manage access, right? You'd have to subscribe, but it's only $49. So, but yeah, you got the Sharpshooter RSI. You get the dashboard, right? Dashboard, all that stuff. All of that. But yeah, it's in a downtrend. So yes, it could bounce, but we're not seeing a bounce right now on the daily chart. This is sometimes when the magic happens to the downside, which lines up with this chart, right? Which continues to line up with Wyckoff. Wyckoff is just the idea. I don't care to be a Wyckoff expert. I don't care to be an Elliott wave expert. And if you are, I'm sorry. I don't care. uh, it's not good enough by itself. But if you take the strategy that I've been using for 5, 6 years and you add this on as an idea, it could be epic. It could be epic. And it has been. It has been. This chart has been epic since October 8th. So, anywho, so talking about the strategy for like the weekly chart and stuff, that's what we're going to be going deeper and deeper and deeper as time goes along. And you don't have to make those emotional decisions in real time when the markets are playing out. You have to make the decisions up front. Forces you to dig into the back testing. It forces you to dig into the deep back testing of TradingView and come up with a strategy that's proven based off of back testing results. And then, of course, you could paper trade it with a trading bot. Uh, and that would be like $100 a month, right? For everything TradingView, Market Sniper, and then the third party. Uh, if you wanted to test, like you could just get in for $49, and on the free TradingView account, you could do back testing. So that'd be $49 to come up with your own strategy with the trading bot. So that would be your setback. So if you did that for like a month, it'd be like $49. And then you're like, hey, I want to test this on a paper trading account for a month, and I want to get fully set up, then it'd be about $100 with TradingView upgraded version and the third party. So, and then after that, if you're like, all right, my back testing results, I checked that off for a month. My paper trading account looks good after a month. Now I'm ready to go live. Now I'm ready to put in real money. So the time to do that, if you're not a trader, the time to do that is in a bear market. So if you dial that in for the next 2 months, you're going to have so much time to like align for the next bull run, right? So it's strategic that I put in all the work in 2022 to build out the indicators, build out the Discord, build out the recorded coaching, all that stuff. Now we're heading in the bear market again. And guess what? We're rolling out the trading bots. We're going to go deep on trading bots in 2026. We've gone deep on 2025, but rolling it out, going deeper, tracking everything, putting in the dashboard, all that stuff. We're going to be going deep in 2026. So by the time we've got to that point, it's going to be much more expensive. So it's just what it is. Direct message me with some screenshots on Twitter if you can. I don't know if you have Twitter, but direct message me. Let me know what you're talking about. Uh, I mean, huh? Yeah, direct message me. Boom, 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 boom. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, yeah. Direct message. Do you have Twitter? Direct message me on Twitter. What's your Twitter name? So, because I get a lot of spam, so I don't check the spam. But direct message me today with some screenshots, and I mean I could just look at it too, but I want to just give me an idea of what you're talking about. Cool, cool. All right, so that's Bitcoin. I think we've covered it enough. The higher time frames. I mean, monthly, right? So all that. Ethereum smashed through target 4. We were talking about closing below target 4. Could close below target 5. 200-week moving average almost got retested. Been talking about this for a while, right? The downward sloping 200-week moving average on altcoins. XRP. $1 XRP. Cardano, 41 cents. It's back to 2021 prices. Oh my goodness. That's why I don't hodl. You just never know. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Oops. What am I doing? There we go. Just for visual purposes. Let's take that on. If you bought Cardano anytime since February 2021, you most likely have lost money. That's crazy. So many people bought up in here and never sold. If you bought any time when price was above the 200-week moving average, the blue line, you've lost money. So if you bought anywhere from 77 cents or higher, you've lost money. Going all the way back to 2021. So if you've lost money for 4.5 years on Cardano, plus more multiplied by inflation, dude, hodling is not the way, in my opinion. I mean, you have to pick. I don't know. I'm just gonna always remain a swing trader. I'm just always gonna. And if you're just an investor only, like I can't. No, Jesse, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't swing trade. Okay, fine. We built trading bots. No, I can't do it. Okay. If you're like, okay, I'm only going to buy the 200-week moving average while it's upsloping, right? Okay. All right, fine. I'm only going to buy the 200-week moving average and upsloping 200-week moving average. Okay, you would have been 50%, right? Soon as it started going down sloping, you'd have to get out. Since the down sloping, if you bought anytime it's been down sloping, you're down 46% or more, probably. The 200-week moving average is down on Cardano 28% since it started going down sloping. We don't know if Bitcoin is going to do that or not. It's always a possibility. Bitcoin's never experienced a dot-com bubble crash. If it did experience a dot-com bubble-like crash, the 200-week moving average would become downward sloping. And then hodling would not be good. In the dot-com bubble, Intel never recovered, never made a new all-time high. The NASDAQ took 17 years to make a new all-time high. So if you bought the top, like some influencers, you know who they are, who bought at $110,000 Bitcoin, who bought the top. What if there's a dot-com bubble-like crash? That money that was bought at $110,000, what if it doesn't make a new all-time high for 17 years, like the dot-com bubble era? I'm not saying it's going to. I'm just saying, what if? So what if it doesn't make a new all-time high for 17 years, right? What if that was it? What if that was the super cycle? What if it went from 0 to $126,000 Bitcoin? What if that was a super cycle, right? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? The point is, I don't think they're going to let Bitcoin die, right? But it could go into prolonged accumulation phase. And if so, hodling is going to be, you'll have moved on. You'll have moved on. Hodling for a decade, hodling for 5 years in a downtrend, oof. Buying the top and then hodling, it has worked out in the past for Bitcoin until it doesn't, right? It has worked out in the past until it doesn't. Oh, we're already back down below 84,000. Bounced up to 85. That's Cardano. Chainlink. Never made a new all-time high. So if you bought anywhere above $15, you're upside down. If you bought Chainlink at $13 in August of 2020 and never sold more than 5 years ago, your investment hasn't given you a return on your investment. You don't have a return. You have a losing position if you bought August 2020 at $12. Price is at $12.05. So at $12.66, right? So if you bought here 5.5 years ago, 5 years and 1 quarter ago, you've lost money on that investment plus inflation. And we know inflation went crazy. From 2020 till now, you're probably down 20% if you do versus the dollar value. And if you were to put it in a simple 5%, to try to be a hedge against inflation so that your $1,000 remains $1,000, you try to make 5% per year, right? That seems what inflation's kind of been on average the last 5 or 6 years. So they give you an interest rate at 5% and it doesn't make you money really because of against inflation. So you really just you're treading water. You're not swimming faster. You're treading water. But if you're not doing that, you're drowning. You're slowly drowning. If you didn't realize gains, especially on speculative assets, especially on hyper speculative crypto, if you didn't realize gains, bro, you're not actually profitable. This is the chart telling you that. That's not me telling you that. It's a chart. If you bought anything over $12.06 on Chainlink since July 2020. Very few people bought down here. And congratulations. You bought down here 3.5 years ago, maybe. You're up 88% as of right now. If you never realize gains, that's better. But not too many people bought down here. People are very fearful down here. So if you bought any time in the good times, anytime in the hopeful times, your position's already underwater. So this is not just me being bearish. This is just me being a realist. A dose of reality. And this is why I've been saying this since 2021, 2022. I said, not all altcoins will survive. And then Luna died, right? When certain talking heads, influencers who say you cannot, Luna trade is like risk-free. There's video clips out there. Is basically risk-free. I was saying in the bear market 2022, all over Twitter, all over the Discord, I was like, think of it as not all companies survive a bear market. They go out of business or a recession, right? Not all altcoins will survive a bear market. And some of them died. And then some of them may not go on to ever make a new all-time high. And then they slowly die, right? Who knows? We don't know. But what we do know is the chart is saying that the peak was 2021 on Chainlink, never made a new all-time high, only hit 3 out of 4 longer-term targets. Very disappointing. And that's it. That's it. So let's get back to it. So sorry to be the voice of reason over here. Me be the voice of reason? That's scary. How am I the voice of reason? I'm a swing trader. How am I the voice of reason? Oh my god. What's the world coming to when I'm the voice of reason? I was a wild child. I was wild. How am I the voice of reason? How is a swing trader, wild child, J to the O, the voice of reason? Oh my god. How do I have a fun, awesome 17-month-old kid? It's so awesome. Wifey, met her 10 years ago. Love her. She never watches any of this stuff, so she won't. I'm safe. She won't hear me say I love her. It's hilarious. What else? BTCD. Yeah, someone brought that up. BTCD. Let's put on the media asset. Oh, yeah. Cold. The cold that won't go away. Getting better though. I don't have any. Oh, the cough drops are downstairs. Bitcoin dominance. I'm a visual learner. That's why, although I said send me a chart, send me a screenshot. I'm a visual learner. Yeah, so what if I mean, it's starting to follow the blue path. It put in, I was like, will it follow the purple path? Maybe. It did spike all the way up to 63.5%. Would it follow the blue path? Maybe. Would it follow the green path? Maybe. It's following the blue path right now. But as we talked about on previous live streams, what if it made one last hurrah Bitcoin dominance into the end of December on a Bitcoin rally, and then fell out on the Bitcoin dominance, and then maybe that's when we saw a significant altcoin bounce, a mini alt season with, fingers crossed, a full alt season, right? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but it's possible. We drew this out back in September. In September, I drew this out. I didn't draw it out yesterday. So it's following this blue path right now. Maybe some altcoins will bounce, rally. The green path kind of lines up, right? With the way that the alts continue to get crushed. Like if it took the alts like 2 months to recover, and then Bitcoin is correcting, and then we get an alt season. I don't know, something like that. It's just pure speculation. So we're keeping an eye on it, but right now it is following the blue path. I could see it pump up one last time into the end of December, like Bitcoin rally, and then maybe the dominance falls out after that, and we see something. We see some alts, not all of them, but we see some alts make a run in 2026 for 2 to 3 months. That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. The dollar continues to move towards target 2. This was laid out a long time ago. Talked about the bullish divergence back in June, the additional bullish divergence back in September, the breakout, the target 1. Now we're heading towards target 2, right? Break through target 2. Then we'll be looking at target 3 and the 200-week moving average. What else? $169 micro strategy. What was the low today? 167. Wow. It's crazy to see a chart that you posted months ago, like working out. It never gets old. It never gets old. Just like chess never gets old. Golf gets old time to time because it's not just like mental strategy, but it's also physical. So sometimes the body doesn't work with the mind, right? Especially in my old age. but it's crazy to see it work out. It's crazy to be like in hindsight. I was right. There was a daily bearish engulfing candle. I was like, is the top in? Is the top in? And then it came down, rallied, and then now it's coming all the way down. So bear market for 12 months, coming back to the 200-week moving average. The canary in the coal mine. So if you're still calling for new all-time highs on Bitcoin, while the canary in the coal mine has been in a bear market for 12 months, and it's almost back to the 200-week moving average, Bitcoin is going to follow price down to the 200-week moving average. It will. When? We don't know. When? We don't know. We've given ideas with fractals, timing, all that stuff, but there's maybe 10 and a half more months. Maybe let's see, December, maybe 6 more months before it hits the 200-week moving average, maybe 10 and a half more months before it finds the bottom, right? It's all lining up again. So we'll see. We'll see. We will see. We will see. Buy the right dip. Buy the right dip. Keep it simple. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. KISS. KISS. The old, I learned that a long time ago. I learned that in sales, though. That was like sales back in my early 20s. It was like KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. That's how they teach. That's how they train you in sales. They call you stupid. Just keep it simple, stupid. Just throw you in the fire. Sink or swim. Make it happen or go home. Cry about it. No participation trophies. Bum, 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 bum. What is it? Oh, HODL. I moved it. I already looked at HODL. Let's go. Magnificent Seven. Boom. Bouncing on UNH. Just United Health Group just got crushed. Below the 200, right? Just crushed. It's a huge company. Dropped 62%. Happened overnight, too. They gapped it down. The bosses gapped it down, and then 57% in like 20 trading days. Crazy. Oh, let's just gap it down on retail. Bleed and gap it down again, and then gap it down again, and gap it down, gap it down. This gap has been filled. This one is not. May not get filled for a long time. We don't know. What else? Dow Jones triple top is still only hit one target. Almost hit 2 targets. It's not fun. Russell 2000. 1 target so far. Bear market. Apple. Is this putting in a head? Was that a left shoulder? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Boom. 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 Let's see. I mean, that's pure speculation right there, right? Maybe. Maybe. This is a tiny, tiny gap. Mhm. Dang. Came all the way down to 45. Bear market. SP 500 has not hit target 1 yet. Bearish engulfing candle yesterday. QQQ that's just the eyeball test. I can't take credit for target 1 on that one. I'd have to draw it out. I mean, I can take credit. I can take credit for a visual target. Target 1. Dang. I gotta get my haircut today. It's not bad, but gotta get it ready for Thanksgiving. I don't like to get a haircut like days before, like because a lot of times they go too short or a little bit shorter than normal, and then just let it grow a little bit, grow out a little bit. Meta, huge. That was a big gap. That was a big. So, anyways, gotta get a haircut. Gotta run the bank. Get some cash for the nanny. What else? Tesla has hit 3 targets. Bearish engulfing candle yesterday, signaling, probably going to hit target 4. Netflix continues to break down. Nvidia continues to break down. The VIX is bullish. PLTR continues to break down. Bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Bearish engulfing candle yesterday. Microsoft continuing to drop. SQQ is the inverse of the QQQ. It's the bear ETF. It's bullish, right? That's pretty much it for my watch list. Took a while, but let's see. Comments. What were the chart requests over here? Over here. Ba-boom, ba-boom. Not a lot of chart history on this, Lawrence. Bought at 9 cents, almost 10 cents. Ooh, good job. $190%. And last time you're using 5x leverage, so ultra bullish on the 1 hour chart. As you can see, it's been ultra bullish on the 1 hour chart. It's possible. But it may not get all the way there. It's already AKA overbought on the 1 hour chart. It's sometimes when the magic happens, like right now, but $30-minute chart. Bearish divergence on the 15-minute chart. Possible additional bearish divergence. But you know, the 1 hour chart is ultra bullish. But at some point you just have to determine, when do you lock in profits, right? When does Lawrence lock in profits? So if you're on the 5-minute chart, because I think you're on the 1-minute chart, right? Well, you're on the 1-minute chart yesterday. Let's see. So from that buy that was actually like a buy there on the 5-minute chart. Has you at 190%. That if you would have gotten out based off of the sell, it would have been 95%. So yeah, 1-minute chart. That's the 15-minute chart. That's like the overall trend. Still currently ultra bullish on the 15-minute chart, but it is putting in bearish divergence. So $250%. There's no sell signal yet on the 15-minute chart. Hikinashi. Five-minute chart. One-minute chart. What's your plan? Are you going to try to scale out, or are you just all in it to 52 cents or not at all? All or nothing. Did you move your stop loss to break even? All that stuff. Do you have a trailing stop loss? The trading bots have all that. Trading bots have the trailing stop loss, all that. So stop loss, take profit, use stop loss to break even. Like you can move the stop loss to break even, trailing stop loss, multiple take profits, right? So you could have it scale in, scale out. What else? What else? What else? What else? Any other requests? That's trust. I think that's about it. 84,200 Bitcoin. Ooh, late request from Damon Jackson at 10:35 a.m. All right, I'll do it. Okay. Let's see. Bum, bum. Yeah, let's put this. It's better than nothing. It's StreamYard, but it's better than nothing. Telcoin. I have Telcoin on here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. What time frame are you looking at? Like Lawrence puts in all the details, so then we have something to actually talk about. Like depends on what time frame we're looking at too. Like, is it the daily chart? Is the weekly chart? Daily chart, right? Breakout was on November 12th. Came back tested the trailing dots. So was that it? Maybe it was just a bounce and creates a lower high for now. However, the weekly chart also had a buy and it is above the trailing dots. That's a positive. So the daily chart is bullish and is above the trailing dots. Comments. Okay. Yeah, so weekly chart. Buy signal in November 2024. Bearish divergence. Been in a downtrend ever since. Pending RSI buy signal on the weekly chart. Buy signal on the weekly chart over here. Broke out of this downward consolidation. It's above the 200-week moving average. It shows promise. Especially while it shows promise, especially while Bitcoin dominance is also bearish, right? So it kind of lines up with that. So is Telcoin leading the way? Are there other coins that are starting to pump, like Trust for Lawrence, and yesterday it was Virtual for Lawrence, even though he was in a short. Those were pumping yesterday and today, and it looks like Telcoin as well, right? Telcoin back on the 12th. So let's see if it finds support and then continues higher, right? That would be great. if we could see altcoins start to make these bounces and get into, some and emerge more than just a bounce, maybe emerges into a mini alt season and then onto alt season, right? So I don't know. We'll see. But weekly chart is bullish as of right now. 2-week chart has a pending buy signal currently right at the trending dots. So if you saw this close the next 3 days above the trending dots and with the buy signal, that's like another positive milestone as well. So hit some higher targets possibly. Like the eyeball test is probably like, okay, hit target 1, hit target 2, 3, 4 eyeball tests. I'd have to map it out. One target's been hit so far for sure. Maybe it would hit target 2, 3, or 4, right? So maybe. And then, of course, if price were to flip target 4 from resistance into support, maybe you see a new all-time high. I don't know. That's way down the road, though. Well, not way down the road, but a lot of things happen. So you got to play at level to level. You got to get to target 1, then you got to get to target 2, target 3, so on and so on. So I think that's about it. I think that is about it. Oops. So with that, I hope everyone has a good weekend. Thank you for all of your support, smashing that like button, hitting the comments section like you guys are, sharing with friends and family. Maybe you'll be thankful with all these charts that I've been showing you over Thanksgiving. But we'll be back on the live stream on Monday and maybe Tuesday, but definitely won't be live streaming Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday during Thanksgiving, probably. We got a lot of family to see. And then, but that following week after Thanksgiving, probably do some shorter live streams. It's not going to be live streaming like I am right now. It'll just be on my laptop. It won't be like with the full command center. Lawrence, you got it. You got it, buddy. And yeah, if you're out of if you're not in the US, maybe you don't even celebrate Thanksgiving, but we do. But you can still be thankful. Thank you. But we'll probably do like shorter live streams the week after Thanksgiving. And then after that, it'll be back to normal live streaming. So we'll see. We'll see how the week after Thanksgiving goes. But next week during Thanksgiving, Monday for sure. Probably Tuesday, just maybe not as long. I always say that, but we got a lot to do, and then but hope you have a good rest of your day. Hope you have a good weekend, and we'll continue stepping the markets together. Thanks for all of your support. Appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one. Adios.